Hey, I want to thank everyone for showing up this webinar. I'm really excited about sharing the information today with you. This is really about incorporating Easy Deal Builder with the membership site. All right, so it's a little bit more complicated than just doing an Easy Deal Builder site, but not to the point of being totally all-encompassing. In other words, you don't have to be a technical guru to do this. Okay, so what makes me an expert? Well, I've built over 1,000 membership sites since 2007, probably closer to 1,500, maybe 2,000. I just lost count. You can see what I have here on Wishlist. I have 485. I sold about 500 of those, so I had about 1,000. That's just Wishlist. I no longer use Wishlist very much. I use a couple of other plugins. I'll be talking about that moving forward. So I've literally created a membership empire. And how did I create a membership empire? Well, what I did was I created a system. Now, I have a degree in computer information systems, and I come from a network security background. I used to be a network security engineer in Silicon Valley way back in the 90s, early 2000, before the big dot-com crash. So, you know, my degree is in computer information systems, and of course, I'm a systems engineer. So, it's all about creating systems, right? So I created a system where I can install a membership site in less than 5 minutes. And how I do that is I created a membership clone. So my membership clone includes a custom theme, all the plugins, latest version of WordPress, and then I've essentially put 3 of the plugins that I use the most into, I'm actually going to show you guys this. If you hang around till the end, I'm going to give you an opportunity to pick up the membership clone for about $100 off. So it's a really good deal. I incorporate Wishlist, FastMember, and InstaMember. Now, I don't use Wishlist very often anymore because, let me just give you the long and short of it. Way back when I picked up Wishlist, it was about 2008, 2009. They had just come out with Wishlist. They had a developer license. I picked it up. I'm really big into flipping sites, so developer license has to be key for me because I want to be able to flip the site, right? Move the site off my plate, move it to somebody else. I absolutely love building membership sites and building sites. I hate managing them. That's just one of my big buttons. I hate going in and keeping a whole bunch of sites, even though I have about 500 sites still. I used to have many more than that, and they're just really a pain, especially WordPress, to keep up with all the plugins and, you know, all the other stuff that goes on with membership sites. So Wishlist had this great license. Then they changed the licensing, and so they went with essentially a license. I don't know what they call it now, but it's essentially you can license unlimited, maybe is what they call it, but you can license all of your own sites. You can't flip them. And so I had discussions with a couple of the owners of Wishlist, and of course they're willing to sell me the plugin at a discount, and then I'd have to, of course, sell that to somebody else if I flip the site, which is, okay, I'm going to sell you a site, and oh, by the way, you're going to have to purchase, you know, the membership plugin. So not a good deal. Nobody wants to, you know, do that, jump through those hoops. So I moved on to things that I could flip. So I moved to FastMember. And lately I've been using InstaMember. FastMember is okay. I'm not a really big fan of FastMember. And the reason why is because you have to register every single domain on their membership site. They allow you to flip it, but you know, going in and registering every single domain for somebody else, that's a little bit of a pain for me. So InstaMember had a developer's license. It's a little bit easier to deal with. So essentially, my membership plugin is ready to go out of the box. I just install it, and it works every single time. Okay, without let me just ask for any questions that I'm going to get into to the back end of the plugin. Questions, concerns, comments at this point? Got a couple of questions? No questions? We're all good? Because I'm going to be moving on. Okay, let's just jump into it. Okay, so essentially this is just the the leader or the landing page for the membership plugin. So we're going to log in. I've got some a couple of security plugins that I use. I use Backup Buddy. I use iTheme Security Pro. And since I come from a security background, and I've installed well over 1,000 WordPress sites, none of my sites have ever been hacked, and that's the reason is because I take a lot of care with installing the proper security. Okay, so if you happen to pick up the clone, or you have your own site and you're doing your own security plugins, the first thing you want to do, especially with iThemes, is come right over here to where it says security, and you want to whitelist your own IP address. And the reason why we do that is because we don't want to lock ourselves out. These security plugins are really fast at locking somebody out, especially if they feel that you're a hacker and you're doing a probe, or if you got some kind of a bot or something that you're trying to break into the site, they will lock you out. Now, there's some ways to get around that. They're not fun. You've got to take apart some files like an htaccess file and some other files. So, the easiest way is just to blow away the clone, to delete your database, and reinstall it from the beginning. Not a lot of fun, especially if you're locked out. Now, some of you may have experienced the lockout little deal over there on EDB when you first moved from the old Easy Deal Builder site to the new site. We're using Wishlist on the new site, by the way, and we're using these security plugins. So what happens, of course, is you put in your old Easy Deal Builder login, and excuse me, you never received your new membership email, wherever that went, and so you get locked out, and you're locked out for 2 months. So it's a little frustrating, and the same thing will happen to you on your own site. Like I said, when you first log in, whitelist your IP so that you don't have any problems. But on my membership sites, this site is ready to go. So we take a look at the plugins that I use on my membership clone. I use the one-click WP SEO. I'm not really big on SEO. I used to do SEO. I was really big on SEO. SEO is no longer the rage it was. Google, of course, basically threw water on that deal. So I use paid traffic. I don't rely upon SEO to get traffic to my site. But if you do, this is a really good plugin to just one click, and then it does all the tags for images and all the rest of the stuff. You can use all-in-one SEO. I've used that too in the past. It does a really good job. Whatever SEO plugin you use, but I use one click. Kismet, use that. Backup Buddy, you see that. Google XML. I have InstaBuilder. If you pick up the clone, that will be included. This is a really great plugin for doing landing pages real fast, squeeze pages, sales pages, that sort of thing. It does a really good job. On this particular clone, we have InstaMember, and then we have the iTheme Security Pro, which is your security plugin. My page order is essentially all it does is just stack your pages, so you can basically move your pages around and sort. Makes it a little bit easier if you come up with a page that you want to move somewhere else. You can move it down in order. Makes it just that much easier. PageLinks 2 is a very important plugin. It's a free plugin, and you can pick it up off of WordPress.org. But PageLinks 2 is essentially the plugin I use to connect my membership site to my Easy Deal Builder site. That's going to become really important. I'm going to show you how to do that in just a minute. And this is how I do it. I use WhatsUp. This is basically an analytics plugin. I do not ever use Google Analytics. Let me tell you why. Years ago, I was really hot doing, AdSense, and I was doing eBay affiliate program and Amazon. I was doing anywhere from about $8,000 to $15,000 a month doing those kinds of things. AdSense, a lot of AdSense, and I used the Google Analytics plugin. Well, how Google works is they have a number of algorithms that essentially triangulate your position. And what I mean by that is if you use Google Analytics and you use Google Search or AdSense or any other Google anything, they will basically, all their algorithms are the same, or different, excuse me. They're all different. So they will spider your site. Now the AdSense spider shows up, it spiders your site. The Analytics plugin shows up, spiders your site. They've got just who knows how many spiders they have, but they got a ton on them. If you ever take a look at your analytics, you can see the Google spiders showing up and spidering your site very quickly. As a matter of fact, your site goes live, it pings them, the Google spider is there in just a few seconds. And then they basically put all this information into a big database, and then they figure out who you are, where you are, what kind of sites you have. They get all of your information. So if your site does not meet their criteria for having a privacy policy and all the other stuff that they make you jump through hoops to do, what happens is they simply turn your site off. And I don't know if you've ever had a site de-index, but it's not fun. This is not Sandbox. This is de-index. Your site goes away forever. It's off their index. Now, this is why I don't like Google. I don't like SEO. Somebody sitting at a desk somewhere in Mountain View, California, clicks a switch, and if all your stuff is on the same, let's say it's a dedicated server with maybe one IP address, guess what? You just lost all your sites. They're all gone. And at one time I lost 250 sites in one day. They clicked a switch, all my sites are gone because they're on the same dedicated server. So I don't have a real love for Google, and that's why I don't use Google Analytics, okay? And so that made that short story longer. And then WordFence Security, which is another free security plugin. Now, iTheme Security Pro and Backup Buddy are both top-level premium plugins. And if you pick up the clone, I'm going to include those plugins, so you get copies of those, which you can use on any of your sites. You're perfectly licensed to use them on any of your sites, all your sites. You just can't resell the plugins. That's all. Okay, so that's basic. That's the basic setup. So my site is ready to go. I don't have to configure any plugins. I don't have to do anything other than add a theme. And I just come up to Appearance, add my theme, and add my content. And then I'm basically ready to go. And once I do one site that's a lot like some of the sites I'll be doing, I clone that site, and then I'm even closer to the end result. In other words, I've got a clone, I've got my content on it, I've got my theme on it. Everything is pretty much the same. All I have to do is clone the site using Backup Buddy, and then when I get ready to do another site, boom, I just install it, 5 minutes, the site's up and running, and just add my content, and there's my membership site. Okay, so that's essentially the play-by-play, and I'm going to show you how to incorporate EDB in just a second. So before we move on to that, I'm going to take some questions here. I've got a bunch that just piled up. Okay. You guys are saying that my screen is not refreshing. A couple of people are saying that. Is my screen not refreshing? I have it on showing screen on air. Are you not seeing the information on my screen? Barry says no. I've got it checked to see this screen, and it's not on pause or anything, so it's showing you, yeah, that's what I was showing you, the mind map. Oh, it's showing the mind map. Okay, it's not showing Jack says it's okay. Ken says only the mind map. So some of you guys are getting some of the information, some of you are not getting the information. Okay, so you're not seeing the back end of the membership clone right now. Is that it? Let me do this. I'm going to change my frequency on my router. Hopefully, I'm going to disconnect for just a second, and I'm going to try to reconnect. All right, so I'm on another frequency now. I was on 5 gigahertz. I dropped down to 2.5. Did that help any? Anyone? Did that pop up? Still on the mind map. Okay, so I just stopped the screen, started the screen again. So I guess we have an issue with GoToWebinar. Sorry about that. I don't think it's on my site or on my side because I've got everything showing. Try opening up. Now, the browser doesn't have anything to do with showing the screen. Got Firefox. Well, I'll pop Chrome, see if that. I'll try it. Okay, so Maurice says you can see Chrome. Is that you can see the Chrome browser? Ken says he can see Chrome. Yes, so Maurice. Isn't that strange? Can't see Firefox. But yep, so you can. Okay, well, I'll be. Sorry about that, guys. Let me. Okay, let me just change this over to Chrome. Not sure why we're not getting that in Firefox, but that's interesting. Okay. It was recorded, so on the recording you'll get to see all of the screen. Hopefully it was recorded. It's recording, so but I'll run back over very quickly here. So everyone can see that the dashboard now with the Chrome. Okay, Jay says yes. Ken, Barry, Maurice. Okay, so wow, that's very interesting. Okay, it was the browser. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's just I have to maybe run a little bit longer since I blew through this and you guys couldn't see the screen. So if it's recording, you may see this twice in the recording, but for the live audience, you're seeing it for the first time. So let me just go over. Here's all the plugins on the dashboard. So again, one click, Akismet, a Backup Buddy, the Google XML sitemaps, InstaBuilder, InstaMember, iTheme Security Pro, My Page Order, Page Links to WhatsApp Real-Time Analytics, and WordFence Security. So that's basically it. Now, if I add another plugin or I do something else with, let's say, a membership site that requires some other plugins, then I'll make a clone of that for use later on. I probably have, I don't know, maybe 300-400 clones, something like that. I don't use them all the time. I use essentially 3 or 4 basic clones. But like I say, if you pick up the clone product, then you'll get Backup Buddy, you'll get InstaBuilder, you'll get iTheme Security Pro, that sort of thing. Let me just do a disclaimer here before we get too much further down the road. If you pick up the clone, I don't include a license for any of the membership plugins. You'll have to have your own license, but you'll get 3. You can choose from 3 different clones. So I've got Wishlist, FastMember, and InstaMember. So if you own any of the licenses for those, fortunately, I can't sell the license to those, so I can't provide a license for you. I provide the plugin. It's in here, but like if I go over here to InstaMember, it's going to essentially ask for my my key, and I just put in my license key, and then it's activated. So the clone is ready to go. So of course, my keys are in all my clones. I just put my key in there, install the clone. Takes about 5 minutes, and then I'm ready to go. So as you can see, it's real clean. It's fast. I don't have to mess around with installing WordPress and then uploading a bunch of plugins, configuring those plugins, adding the content, adding the theme, all that jazz. That's just too much movement, and that's where people really get lost with membership sites or with any WordPress site. Is it takes you 2 hours or more to get the site up and operational, and you're messing around with trying to get it working, and then one plugin breaks everything else. You know what I mean? You run into that if you mess with WordPress for any length of time. And then you got to go figure out which one broke everything, and it's just a big hassle. This way, if you do your own clones, you make your own clones, especially for membership sites, then you're ready to go. Now, like I say, I'm really big on security, so the iTheme Security Pro and the WordFence. WhatsUp is really an analytics, even though I include it as a security plugin. It's really good to know where people are coming from. We'll just take a look at WhatsUp here. So if you've never seen WhatsUp, this just gives you everything. So it'll tell you where the person came from, or a spider. You can see right here it's a WordPress spider. You can see right here, here's a hacker. I get a lot of these off of this site, and they essentially want to crawl the site, and I think this is Brazil, and so they have nothing better to do other than just the World Cup, I guess. Maybe that's over for them. I don't know. But anyway, they show up and they essentially try to break in or whatever it is. Okay, so you can see that that I logged in as an administrator. It's really good information. It's really good information. You always want to know who's knocking on your door, who's getting access to your site, and if somebody breaks into your site, turn them off like right now. Now with the security plugins that I have, iThemes and WordFence, no one's going to break into the site. There's no SQL injection. There's no unless you add some kind of plugin that is has a high level of compromise, like I think a month ago, All-in-One SEO plugin had a compromise. They fixed that. Tim Thumb, big compromise here a year or so ago, a couple of years. But if you add a plugin that's compromised, yeah, you may have a problem. But they're not going to find WP login PHP because I hid that. It's basically a backdoor. And I talk about this in the videos if you pick up the clones. So I'll just show you right here real fast. In iThemes, this gives you an opportunity to hide the backend features. So when you log into WordPress, you'll log in as WP-login PHP or WP admin, and that'll fire the login screen, which is the default login screen. Well, every bot in the world, every hacker in the world knows what that default is, WP login PHP. They've got their bot set up for it, and they basically try to brute force into your site. So they'll pop onto the back of your site, and they'll run username and password, which is essentially admin, administrator, support, all these different things they run, and they'll try to brute force your login. And if you've used admin and the password 1234, guess what? It's not going to take them very long to figure out how to break into your site. And in my security job, I saw this all the time, people breaking into high-level Unix machines and stuff like this. It's not, it's a whole different level game at the enterprise versus you got a little WordPress site and some hacker is gaining access. You can change the login so it basically hides the WP login. So if they try to find WP login PHP, it doesn't appear. It's gone. It's a 404 error. So that's really a good feature of the iThemes Security Pro plugin. Okay, so enough about the plugins and stuff. We want to know how to put this on the map using EDB, right? I'm going to go back to the. Okay, I'm just going back to questions here. Somebody wants to know if you can put the browser in full screen mode. I'd love to be able to do that. Can't do it mainly because on the right-hand side over here that I've got the cursor on, there is a GoToWebinar admin module, and it has all my information on it. And so I have to leave that, that runs in the foreground. You won't be able to see it on the recording. It's hidden, and you won't be able to see it now, of course, live. But if I go full screen with the browser, part of my browser, maybe a quarter of my browser will disappear underneath that admin panel. So that's why I don't do that. But it's pretty big. I mean, it's fairly large. And when you get the recording, you'll be able to enlarge it full screen on your screen, because I'm going to put it at 1280 720, so you'll be able to get it. Okay, so what about the single license for Instamember? I don't know how the single license will work. You put the you put the license in, I always get the developer license of everything or the multi-site license, that sort of thing. It just makes it easier. But if you put the single license in, obviously, if it checks and it calls home to InstaMember Central, and it sees one IP address, it maybe won't let you install on other sites. But again, it's a clone, so it might let you. I don't know. I'm not telling you how to circumvent the system. I'm just saying it may do it. It may not. So, I never get the single licenses on anything because it's just, who wants a single license? I can't do anything with it. I make one site and then I'm off and going, and it's back in my portfolio somewhere, and I never hear from it again. I never think about it. Okay, so this is what I do. I'm going to bring up my deal here. So I'm bringing up the other browser because I don't have my information available for my cPanel. All right, so I'm going to log in here to my site. And I just put that on pause so nobody could see my my information. Okay, so on the clone itself, on all my clones that I use Easy Deal Builder on, which is pretty much all of them anymore, I essentially put Easy Deal Builder on the clone itself. Oh, come on, I didn't spell it right, or what? Didn't spell it right. Okay, so it's in its own directory, and it's called Deals. And here are my deals. If you've been around Easy Deal Builder anytime, for any length of time, you see that as your deals. Now, what I've done here, I'm going to go out to my account, and I'm going to go to the cPanel, and I'm going to show you exactly what I do. Let's go out here to File Manager. And in the directory itself, you can see right here, here's the WordPress installation. And right up here, tucked in this nice little folder, is Deals. I just call it Deals. You can call it whatever you want. Make up your own name. Again, if you pick up the clone, I'm including the Deals folder in here because you already have the license for Easy Deal Builder. It's not a developer license. You'll have to have whatever license you have. But the deals will be in here, so you just have to access the admin panel. So I stick my deals folder in here, and then here's all my deals. So it makes it very convenient. So when I do a backup, I'm ready to go. I've got my deals page, I've got my membership site, and how I tie this into my deals site is simply this way. Okay, we saw the deal site, right? Now let's say I want to tie this into email marketing secrets. That's basically my landing page. This is what I want. Turn this guy off. Okay, so I grab the URL of the deals, email, whatever it's called. I just click on the link in my Easy Deal Builder, and it takes me out to the deal. Then I go back over here to my membership site. Remember that plugin we were talking about just a minute ago, which was the page links to? Now, I simply, with this InstaMember membership site, I don't have a whole lot in here. I just have a sales page, and then the InstaMember puts the handler page in there. So I'm going to click on Edit, and there's really nothing there. There's no sales page per se. You saw that when we landed on the sales page. So you see right down here at the bottom it says page links to. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click a custom URL, and I'm going to drop that right in here, and this is my new landing page. You see, I just created a sales page really out of the blue. It took me just a few seconds. I'm going to do an update. Now if we go to the site, you see that? It lands on this, it's automatically forwarded. Now this is a 301 a redirect. So this is an SEO compliant redirect. Page Links 2 uses that. It's in the background. You never see it. It's not going to mess up your SEO. This plugin's been around for years and years. I've been using it for years, and it works just fine. There are other forwarding plugins, Pretty Links, stuff like that. I just use this when it's free. It's convenient, and it works every time. You don't have to jump through a bunch of hoops to configure the page. So if anyone goes to my main site, my main URL, they automatically get forwarded to my product page. See how neat that is? So now I've got my Easy Deal Builder membership site sales page. There's my Easy Deal Builder sales page. And then all I have to do really is configure my delivery, which is going to be a download page, product delivery page of some sort. And the great thing about a membership site is it hides your content. It protects your content, right? So you can protect your content. The other great thing about a membership site is you can build a community. That's why I have a huge list of people. Remember, it's all about building the list. And, I do a lot of webinars so people get to hear me. They don't get to see me. No one knows what I look like. I live in Arizona, so I'm just like all wrinkly and everything and really dark from the sun, and basically live about 20 clicks out from a big rock and saguaro cactus. And so I never show that because it's really ugly, to be perfectly honest about it, unless you love the desert. So this whole setup, this whole thing that everyone else makes so complicated is actually very easy. Remember, you build a membership site, you hook it in with the Easy Deal Builder, and that's it. That's basically it. All you have to do now is drive traffic to your deal, get people into your membership site, create a email sequence, develop them as a customer. You remember the know, like, and trust stuff? Probably heard that hundreds of thousands of times. If your customers know, like, and trust you, what they're going to purchase from you, they're going to buy your products. And the great thing about an Easy Deal Builder is, you've got 9 products here to start with. 9 you can add to these. I'd say add to them in blocks of 3, so that's just me though, because it's just a design thing. You get another one out here, you put 10 out here, and then you got this big box hanging down here, and it's all lonely by itself. It doesn't have any friends around it, and and then pretty soon you're just asking for therapy, and then you're putting out money. No, I just get carried away on that stuff. But you get the idea. You have other deals. So all these deals that you have in your portfolio, because you picked up Easy Deal Builder, you get 100% commission on these, obviously, but you can send your customer to these sites by an email sequence and go, hey, you're really interested in WordPress security, and who isn't? Pick up WebGuard Dog, and then you just fire this, and here's WebGuard Dog, and here it's $27, and you put your payment link in here. You set up your own Easy Deal Builder products. You get paid for them. Customer's happy. You're happy. All the products are done. When you load up an Easy Deal, it's not just one deal. It's 8 other deals also along with your one deal, right? So that's the great thing about Easy Deal Builder. Absolutely love it. Jonathan's on the line too. I totally wigged out and totally forgot to add him as a presenter. I think I can add him now, and then you can ask him questions if you want. See if I can find him in here. He was having trouble earlier getting. He may have got dropped. He was having a heck of a time getting connected. Oh, he says he's here. Okay. I'll just I need to find you, and then I need to click on you and make you. Here, let me scroll down here. Oh, there you are. Okay, so I'm basically going to make you an organizer. Excuse me. Okay, so Jonathan's on. I've got him muted, but if you want to ask him a question, got him muted out right now, but you can ask him a question, and he just keeps unmuting you a little. Okay, so if you want to ask him any questions or anything, then he's there, and I'll unmute him, and then he can answer any questions you may have. Okay, questions, concerns, comments? The major question is, where do I get deals? I don't have any. Maurice is asking, where do you get deals? Okay, so the big question is, if you picked up the single site license, I don't know how many deals were included with that, but if you picked up the multi-site, then you should have picked up, I think, 6 other deals. I'm not really sure because I bought mine well over a year ago. I picked up the developer license. It was like $497 when it first came out. So I picked up every deal I could get my hands on. So there were some side deals. I think Stephen Luck had some deals. I picked those up. So I picked up a whole bunch of deals just because I knew I was going to be selling these deals. Jonathan is also going to have a membership site starting here soon. You'll be able to get 1 deal a week, so you can add to your deals that way. And he's got, I think, a Facebook group starting up where you can swap and sell deals and that sort of thing. If I'm not mistaken, I may be talking out of turn there, but anyway. Okay, so Dean says, Stefan says, where do I get a copy of the web? Well, a copy of the webinar is, I'm going to record it. I'm going to stick it out on the membership site, so you'll have a download of that. Okay, can we sell a site on Flippa, then clone up a new one of the same thing and re-advertise it? Absolutely. I do that all the time. So what you could do is I clone my sites, I clone my deals. As a matter of fact, let's just go out to Flippa. I'll show you here some of the little tips and tricks. Flippa.com. Now, I think you guys have seen my stuff on Flippa. If not, boy, got this stupid login. Well, hopefully this will work. I don't remember what my login on Flip is. Okay, that worked. I don't ever use Chrome for that stuff, so that's why I was going like, oh boy. All right, well, I'm just going to kill that Norton thing. So that's not going to let me get to the top of the page, and I can't kill the page. So let me do this. I'll just put in the stuff off the other browser that doesn't seem to work, my Firefox, and do Chrome. Okay, so here's my dashboard, and you view the listings. I'm a super seller. I haven't sold a whole bunch here lately because I've got other things going on, so I haven't been really prolific. There was one time that I was selling sites out on Flippa all the time. But let's take a look at this. Okay, here's WebGuard Dog, and sold this for $72. Wasn't a whole lot of money, but hey, every little bit helps. So there's a WebGuard Dog. Remember, this is the web. It's not even my site. All I did was sell a site that was on my EDV, and I can do that because what? I have the developer's license, so I can flip my sites. You must have the developer license to flip your Easy Deal Builder sites. Okay, I just want to, before you get crazy here and go, I can go flip my sites. Only with the developer license can you do that. Okay, so here's another WebGuard Dog, WebGuard Dog, WebGuard Dog, website Guard Dog. Had to start naming it because I was running out of names. WebGuard Dog US. I don't think that's the end of it. No, that's another one. So WebGuard Dog here with the dashes in it. I may be running out. I don't know how many that was, what, 6, 7, 8, 9, something like that. So I just kept selling the same site over and over again. I don't know how much I made on the site. It was a few $100, maybe $1,000 on a site that I never created. I didn't own. All it was on my Easy Deal Builder. All I did was just flip it and make money on it. So crazy, huh? Well, that's what you can do with Easy Deal Builder and more. Okay. Okay, let's see. You can only clone developer license or a multi-site license. You can clone any, Maurice is asking that. You can clone any of your sites. You can't sell Easy Deal Builder unless you have the developer sites. But you can clone as many as you want as long as you put them on your own domains and you run your own traffic to them and, you know, whatever you use. That's no problem. So, you know, you clone as many as you want. You make as many as you want. You just can't flip them unless you're on the developer license. Okay, so questions. I can't change my password on the EDV members com. Okay, that Rico, that's a question for the support desk. Yeah, I can't run down that bunny trail on the webinar. So changing passwords, anything I can't get in, I'm locked out. That's all support desk stuff. Any other questions here before we move on related to the topic that we're on here? Okie dokie. All right, so everyone understand how I connected the Easy Deals to the membership site? Is that pretty clear? Everyone get that? Anyone not get that? Okay, Wes says it's not clear. You didn't get how I did that? Okay. Okay, when I visit your, it says when I visit your URL, it goes straight to the deal. Exactly, that's what it's supposed to do. So what I did was I got my deal. I put it on WebGuard Dog. Let's just do email marketing. And so let's stop that. I'm going to grab the URL for email marketing. So first I start off here in the Easy Deal, my deals. So these are my daily deals. So there's 9 of them right now. I can use any of these. It doesn't matter. All I need to do is click on the link. It fires the site. And then I just grab the URL. That's all I need to do is grab the URL. So I copy that. Come over here to my sales page. And, you know, this is just my site. You can use any page you want. I just suggest you use the sales page because that's where people are coming initially. They land on your site, that's going to be the first page. Welcome, get started, sales page, whatever you're using for your, you know, your initial contact with your customers. Come all the way to the bottom because we are using page links to, well, I use the email marketing secret. Let's just use WebGuard Dog and then change that up. I love this product. Man, because it's made me a whole heck of a lot of money. I think I paid $27 for it originally. Okay, so we're just going to grab the link right here. So grab the link right at the top, and I'm putting that into the custom URL down here, which page links to. So now I just do an update. Let's get rid of some of these tabs. Let's get rid of this. That. Okay. And we can get rid of this. Now, when we land on my site, the original site, it's going to go to what? WebGuard Dog, because that's where page links to is sending, you know, my customers. So hopefully that makes sense. So now that's my new site. Of course, we'd like to have a site that has something that's close to the name or something related to security or something like that, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, you know, if you're an SEO nut, then it would matter because you're, you know, you'd like your top-level domain to be the same thing as your SEO stuff. So I'm just forwarding the deal based on, you know, just putting a link in page links to, and that's basically it. So my membership site now is on the back end, Easy Deal Builders on the front end, and I'm not showing any of my deals to anyone unless they happen to find this page. Then they get to see my deals. And that's, of course, indexed, so they can see that. But that's basically it. And that's how I build them fast, very quick, and then, you know, as a developer, I turn around and flip them. Okay, so Wes says, I understand what you're doing. I don't understand how people become a member of your site is on the thank you page that they see after buying the deal. Yes. So what I do is essentially like on the site here on deals. So we go into deals and we go to admin. And okay, I don't remember what my login is here for this, so we'll just We'll play it by ear. I don't think this is it. That's a problem with having all these sites. All right, so that's not it. Okay, now if you come to this issue right here, so you don't know what your password is for Easy Deal Builder. Okay, I'm going to show you a down and dirty trick. I put this on the membership site if you purchase the clone. If you don't purchase the clone, then you'll get this information through this webinar. I'm going to show you exactly what to do. We come over here to our cPanel. You have to get into cPanel. Go to Deals. Come up to your Admin, and then come down here to Config, and then we're going to edit our config file. All right, so we know now that it's our username is admin, and our email is I seek traffic. I'm going to change this to azsnow@azsnow.us, and I'm going to save this. Remember, this is the config file. All right, well, so what does this do? This allows you to find a new password. So, yes, please select yes. Have you lost your password? Yes, I have. And my username is admin. And my email is azsnow@azsnow.us. I'm going to request my password. Okay, new password has been emailed. So I'm going to pop up my email here. And I'm getting, okay, here's my password. Here's my new password. Just that fast. And I'm going to put my username in here, which is admin. And I'm going to put my new password in, and I'm going to do a login. And I'm into the system. You see how that worked? Okay, so that's kind of the workaround to get into your Easy Deal admin panel should you lose your password. You don't have to blow away and start all over. So that's just, remember, go in your config file, change those two. Or you don't have to change your admin, but you can change your email. Make sure that you know what your admin is and your email, and you're good to go. You can't change the password because, as you saw, it's a little bit different in here. So obviously it's been encrypted, so you won't be able to get it. We'll close this down. We don't need that any longer. Okay, so now we're into the site, into admin, and okay, so we have any of my sites on here. Email. Okay, this is one of my sites. I don't know if this is locked, and it is locked. Okay, so we're going to return to dashboard. I'm basically going to have to grab a site that's unlocked to show you essentially what I do to get my members in. So I'm going to come out here to Easy Deal Builder, grab one of my deals. So this is 51. We'll use 51 traffic sources. So I'm going to import a deal. I'm going to say 51 traffic sources. Continue. I'm going to upload that deal. And I'm going to come out here again to my Easy Deal Builder. Done for your deals. Unlocked. Grab my EDB file. If you've never seen a EDB file imported, that's how you do it. I'm going to click on Continue. And there's my deal. Okay, great. So I'm going to come down here to editing. And this is where you lock down your page. If you choose custom page, yes, and you put a link in here, and then you save and preview, you have to export the deal. And once you export the deal, then you have to import the deal back in. It's a little convoluted, but that's the only way to do it. You export the deal, you import the deal back in, and it locks it. So this, you know, when you go to your other deals, we go to any of these other deals up here. Let's go to Fast Start. You see you don't have a download here because the deal has been locked. And if you go down to your Easy Deal page, it says right here, this imported deal has been locked by the creator. That's how they did it. They put their locking mechanism on the site. Now, one of the things you can do in here is you can put, we're going to just cancel this out because we don't want to use that. I want to get 51. So what you see, you can see export deal down here. I can export this deal because it's not locked. So one of the things we can do is on the thank you page here, we can put an opt-in. So you can put your AWeber, or you can put your GetResponse, or whatever, whatever you're using. You can put your opt-in here, and if you looked at your other deals from the other people that put deals out, they have to opt in, and then you automatically forward them to your site, whatever that is. I choose to forward mine to my membership site, so I build members. That's how I get them into my membership site. So I sell the site, I sell the deal, so I put my pay link right in here. They purchase the deal. Once they purchase the deal, they're forwarded then to the thank you page. The thank you page is my membership site in more cases than not. I don't ever have products out, let's say on S3 Amazon or something that that they can go and pick up, download automatically. They have to come to my membership site. Then they join my membership site, or they get on my list, one of the two. They always get on my list whether they join my membership site or not. And then they get access to the product through the membership site. So hopefully that answers that question. That's how I get them into my membership site. They purchase, get access through Easy Deal Member. Okay, Stefan wants to use, yeah, so it's already, Jonathan answered. I use Backup Buddy to make my clones. So Dean was saying, looked like pretty good PLR. Actually, PLR works great for this stuff. Okay, here's, here's one of the things that I'm going to show you, one of the tricks I use to create deals very, very quickly. I've got about 8 minutes or so, and I'm sorry I had to go back over and jump through the hoops. I had a little bit more time. I want to talk about the clone at the end and give you access to that should anyone choose to pick that up. But I don't want to detract from the teaching here, but let me just show you this. All right, so I have Aaron Danker's Platinum resale. I bought all of his stuff. It cost me about $600, a couple of years ago. But let's just take a look here at, let's just do plugin secrets. That's really good. So if we go plugin secrets, so what I do is now you can take the PDFs or PSDs if you have, or not PDFs, but the PSDs or the image files. But I just use this tricky little thing here, which is screen capture, and I just grab, I come down here, just above. Okay. Now I take this little bucket that I get here with my screen capture program, and I just do this and do that. No, this may be just crazy. I may just forget that. Okay, let's forget that. Too many things to get rid of. So this is gray. It's going to stay gray. I'm just going to capture it again. And I don't want to have to go through all the stuff of trying to get rid of the background and make it transparent. It's just going to stay that color. Okay, so there's my header for Easy Deal Builder. That's all it is. It's just a header. I take my header, and then I have some banners. So here's a 250 by 250 banner. There's the banner, and the banner is, we're going to have to change the banner a little bit size-wise, but the banner is where we, oh, you guys can't see that because it's on the wrong browser. Okay, take that back. Put this out here for the banner. And there's the banner, and we're going to fire this using, let's just, where's my other open with? Okay, there we go. Let's open with, let's just media centers, okay. Because it takes forever to open. Oh yeah, forget that nonsense. Good grief. It's paint. All right, so you just see the banner here. That's all we want. We just want an image, a JPEG. We want to convert it into a PNG. think this may be, that's a GIF. We want to convert that into a PNG, so you have to save it as a PNG. That's the only thing that will work in Easy Deal Builder. Okay, so we come back over here to our deals, our admin. Oh man, this didn't save it. Admin, and what was our password? So if anyone's taking this stuff down to break in later on, I always blow these sites away, so the site will be gone and nothing flat. Okay, so you know, when you're creating your site and you're doing your editing, so you've got your deal image. It has to be 290 by 210. So you just basically create 290 by 210. You can go into Photoshop and make it 290. So you take the 250 by 250 and you just basically scrunch it down. So now it's 290 wide instead of 250, but it's only 210 high instead of 250. So you're taking 40 pixels and you're moving them around, so it kind of scrunches the image a little bit. Most people never see it. I mean, they're not going to recognize it. It doesn't look any different to them. Upload that file. You've got your other files. So if we take a look at all the Easy Deal Builder files here, so let's just fire this and come out here to deals. So this is the image we're talking about. So that image right there is 290 by 210 or whatever it was. So you just scrunch it, and I took the same thing. This is a 250 by 250, and I just scrunch it down to 290 by 210. So there's my image, and then we click on the, this is an actual PLR product. I just cut out the top, dropped it in, and then the background is just black. I didn't do anything with the background. That's it. There's your site. Cut out the background and made a little turned a GIF into a PNG for the deal site for this, and then you know, take my content and stick it on the membership site, and that's it. It's perfect. PLR is perfect for Easy Deal Builder. All right, so just going through the questions here. All right, I mean the quick clones of all your WordPress sites. Stephen says, I mean the quick clones. How do you make all the clones? Well, I mean, I just knock out clones like crazy. I mean, I will, whenever I build a membership site, I essentially just, you know, it's a clone. And I started this way back when I first picked up Backup Buddy. I tried WP Twin. That turned out to be a pile of garbage, and just too many problems with the database corruption and all the other stuff. So, you know, that's basically it. I just make a clone. I knock out the clone. I combine it with Easy Deal Builder on a membership site, and that's essentially really all the main tricks that I use to get an Easy Deal Builder site together, you know, for a membership site. Got about 30 seconds left, then we'll be at the 60-minute mark. I don't like to really go too much longer because it just, you know, gets carried away. The video gets too long. Com says, do you think that Photoshop is essential for? No. I use a product called RealDraw Pro. It's like 50 bucks. And so, you know, just to show you real fast here how fast this works. I've got a 250 by 250 image. That's not a very good image. That's a terrible image. Do another one here. Let's go back over to our site. Oh, Platinum Resell. I think that was Plugin Secrets. We've got our banners, and then our 250. So there's our 250. You see 250 by 250. I got it 100%. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically trim the camera. So that's a 250 by 250. Now, this is so much easier than Photoshop. I love Photoshop for some things, but it's just overkill for stuff like this. And it's really expensive too. So I'm going to say size and color. And remember, we're 290 by 210, right? That was what we needed for Easy Deal Builder, 290 by 210. So I click on that, and I just kind of pull that out There's 290. So we're kind of pulling it out. Now we're going to scrunch it down a little bit. Too much. So it kind of scrunches it down, and then I'm just basically going to trim it up. So now we're at 290 by 210, something like that. This is our image. We don't have to do anything with our header because it's already, I just cut and paste it. And, the only thing I do on those is just drop out the background. I couldn't do it on that one because there's too much gray in between all the stuff, So just, I could have done it if I want to spend an hour getting rid of the background, but who wants to do that? So here is, here's the front image, WordPress plugin secrets. If you get a PSD, you can change this. If you get the banners 250 by 250, if not, you can make your own. And another program I use a lot is this guy right here, Logo Creator. And Mike Silvestri put this out. And I essentially just, I create a lot of my logos. See, here's an easy secure WordPress, easy download protector, security master. Here's a lot of my stuff that I just create using this Logo Creator. So I don't get into Photoshop too much. Occasionally, not much. And I have the latest revision of Photoshop. Cost me a pretty penny right there. Photoshop 64, CS6. I think that's the latest. Just don't use it. Too complicated. Okay, questions, concerns, comments. That's the end of our presentation. Now, I'm going to give you guys a special offer, and I'm going to let you have the clone. That's ready to go, right? Just exactly what you saw. And the clone, you just have to add your license key for whatever product. So if you got Wishlist, FastMember, or InstaMember, that's what the clone works with. There's 3 separate downloads, so you can get in. I'm going to include the premium plugins, Backup Buddy, iThemes Security Pro, and the clone is completely configured, just exactly the way you saw it. Normal price on my clone product, and this is going to fire, of course, Firefox, because that's my default browser, but since you guys are having trouble seeing that, good thing to know for our webinars in the future. I'm going to put this up here. Okay, for this deal, it's 47 bucks. Okay, so I knocked $100 off my normal $147 price point. That's not an inflated price point. That is what I sell this for every single day. I've got sold almost 300 of these clones. They work really well. You do, again, have to have the license for, for one of the plugins, which is Wishlist, FastMember, or InstaMember. And I'm going to put that link out here in the chat box, so if you want to go pick that up. Again, it is a time offer. You can see right here, it's clicking down. It's for 48 hours only, and then the price goes back up to $147. I'm not going to hold that price down there forever because I do have people that paid that full price for it. Okay? So, everyone get the link. Rosie wants to know, it works with any membership plugin. So you can bring in your DAP. It will work with DAP. It works. All you have to do is bring in whatever membership plugin you have. I just provide the 3 plugins. You don't have to use those. You can just delete them and put in DAP if you want. Okay, so Stephen wants to know, what is the benefit and what is the price for the, well, if you were to buy Backup Buddy in the suite, it's $197 for the suite. iThemes Pro is included in that, so it's still $197. If you were to buy the, you have to buy the membership plugins, obviously. The cheapest one, I think, is InstaMember. I think InstaMember is $97 on ClickBank, if I'm not mistaken, and that's for the multi-site, I believe. Maybe a little bit more expensive, but it's the least expensive of any of the membership plugins. It's very powerful. And Maurice wants to know, how much is the EDB developer version? Well, Jonathan was running a special for 147. I think it was 197. He says he can give it to you for $197. So he kicked it up to $997. So if he drops it down to $197, you ought to jump on that. So Stephen wants to know, does the WP Master Clone work with every membership site? Well, it works with FastMember, Wishlist, and InstaMember. That's the plugins that I have for it right now. If you have your own membership plugin, and I know that there are other plugins out there, other membership plugins out there, I just couldn't go down and make 10 clones because I don't own DAP for one thing, and I don't own any of the membership plugins that don't have developer rights. That's the main reason. Like I've used Aweber and a number of other of the plugins out there, membership plugins, but they just I can't flip them. So I'm just basically stuck. Dean says, hey, he's from Glendale. Excellent. We're having great weather now. We're in the monsoon. Rained a little bit the other day, so we get a little bit of water on the ground, which is great. Okay, so Stefan wants to know ProPay membership. Never heard of it. If it's a plug-in, I'm saying, I'm not going to guarantee that it will work. I mean, you have to configure your membership plug-in. If it doesn't work, I'll give you your money back. But I'd suggest you go. I don't know. I just don't know about pro-paid membership. Okay, guys. So you have the offer for the membership clone. You have some excellent training for how to hook EDB into your into your membership sites. So Stephen wants to know, are you forced to buy the other ones? No, I'm not forcing anybody to buy any of the other membership plugins. If you get the clone, like I said, I'm including FastMember, Wishlist, or InstaMember, and you're going to have to purchase those if that's what you want to use. I'll go out here to InstaMember. I use it all the time. I don't know what it costs because I got it a long time ago, and before it was on ClickBank. So let's just see. It's really a good plugin, and it's the cheapest. The Wishlist is like $297. FastMember, I think, is $200 or $300. So unlimited site licensing, $97 for InstaMember. So I have the plugin. I mean, I have the I have the clone with InstaMember. All you have to do is add your license for $97. Now they have a developer license you can pick up too. If you're going to flip sites, I suggest you do that. So if you pick up the developer license, everything, it's $70 for the developer license, so it's $167. It's still cheaper than the other plugins. It's a very powerful membership plugin. I use it all the time. Excellent plugin, and that's all I can say really. Just don't want to keep beating a dead horse. Eric says he's in Phoenix. Hey. So we're three of us in the desert out here. All right, so Marie says give the link. Yeah, I put the link in. I think Jonathan just put the link in again. It's over in your chat box. You should be able to click on the link, and it should go out to the clone. Okay, guys, I'm going to essentially stop the recording. I'll stay on. I don't want to let this run. It's an hour, 10 minutes. I think we're good. I'll stay and answer any other questions you may have, but I'm going to stop recording.